All right, welcome back. I'm glad you're still with us here on Morning at NTV. Time now to take note. And in this particular segment today, we're looking at the FOWODE Imara fundraising dinner that is coming up on the 15th of June. If you have taken time, especially if you are one that follows the women empowerment movement, the word Imara Women Center is one that you must have come across. It's being described as a powerful sanctuary for women's empowerment that is poised to shape the nation's social and economic landscape. Anything that is designed to empower the woman, no doubt, is interesting, and it gets my attention because I do want a whole generation of empowered females to be able to go on to do the jobs and the transformative innovations and initiatives that they need to in order for us to achieve the kind of society that we do want. This morning, I'm joined by a very interesting individual, Namara. She's the Vice Chairperson, Marketing and Fundraising Committee at the Imara Women Center. She'll be telling us more about this really, really good initiative. A very good morning.
Thank you, and good morning to the viewers. It's my pleasure to be here this morning.
You're most welcome. What is the Imara Women's Center? I know there's a dinner that is coming up. We'll be talking about that very shortly, and how you intend to raise funds through this dinner as part of ongoing initiatives. But Imara Women's Center sounds really good. I've also seen initiatives including, was it groundbreaking? And there's a lot of class around it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So the Imara Women Center is, as we like to say, the gift that the Forum for Women in Democracy, FOWODE, I think is what most of us know the acronym, is giving to, I think, the world, not just Uganda. And it's, if we look at what Imara means, it means bold, strong, and firm. So the Imara Center, like you mentioned, is going to be this one-stop center that focuses on empowerment and gender equality in Uganda. And it's a space that is being created where we shall continue to do the work that we have done over the last so many decades in this particular area, but we're expanding it to include other educational facilities, to include a space where women can come and learn a range of things. They can also focus on their health and wellness, so it's not just going to be about equality and empowerment. We see it as a holistic place where women and well-wishers and partners can come together to deliver a sustainable program for the agenda of gender equality and women's empowerment in the country. But really we anticipate that this should be a space that is a beacon for the rest of the world. So that's what Imara Center represents.
When you speak of it being a beacon for the rest of the world, I'm inclined to ask the question, are you benchmarking on any initiative that has been undertaken in any other part of the world?
Yes, so we've had several considerations, and the reason why we really insisted that we want to go beyond the typical bounds of maybe a program in this area is because we want a woman to walk into that space and come out feeling whole, hence the various aspects. So yes, we have considered various programs, similar centers across the globe, but more importantly, we've looked at the needs of the Ugandan woman, the African woman, and that's what has driven what we would like to do at the center, because in marketing we say if you are not speaking to the target audience, then you really are working for yourself, but not to address their needs and requirements.
Okay. Talking about target audiences, the women's empowerment movement, and this is a very uncomfortable question for some, has been seen to be confined to the urbanized women, so much so that the women in other parts of the countries that might be deemed not urban tend to get the, to be on the fringes of all initiatives, but when it comes to getting the benefits, well, this is a wrong word to use, but they get the leftovers. Imara Center, how does it help the woman who might be uncomfortable to relate with the class, with the empowerment levels that some women do give off as vibe? How have you taken care of that?
Okay, so I think what you state is a common misconception. When we talk about empowerment, we are not restricting it to just women who are in a particular geographical location.
Yeah.
Women empowerment speaks to all women. And actually some of our strongest and most success programs have come through rural women. So the institution that is supporting Imara Center, which is FOWODE, actually has its a grassroots movement. So we are catering for not just urban women, we are catering for rural women.
Yeah.
And the agenda goes, I think there is also a misconception that empowerment just only speaks to economic empowerment. I think empowerment cuts across several spheres. So we are talking about how do we provide leadership skills, so at whatever level you are, you'll be able to exercise your leadership, whether it's at the nuclear level in a household or it's at country level. We do have women in parliament, in politics, influencing policy. So it's not a elitist center. That's not the agenda. It is open to women from all walks of life.
All right. 15th June is scheduled as a fundraising dinner. What exactly is the fundraising? Is it about the construction? Is it about the rollout of the facilities? How does it incorporate just about everything that you want in creating this powerful sanctuary for empowerment? And also talk about the projected monies that this whole project will be able to take up.
So the Imara Women Center is truly an ambitious program. So we need a total of $7.8 million. And this is a construction project that is spread over 5 years. And so every little bit of help that we can get to help us realize this ambition is definitely most welcome. So the fundraising dinner is going to be contributing towards the construction of the center. For this particular dinner that is happening on Saturday, the 15th, we have tables for 6 million. And then we have individual tickets for 250,000. You can find those tickets at the FOWODE offices in Ntinda. They're also available here at the Kampala Serena Hotel. You can also reach out on rgtickets.com, or if you are someone who likes to be on the socials, we are on the FOWODE socials on Twitter, on Instagram. You'll find a barcode you can scan, and that will also direct you to where you can buy tickets. And we have made it easy for you to access. We also have options to pay via mobile money, both for Airtel and MTN. So please come and join us to support, because I'm sure we all have a mother, a sister, a friend, a wife, a daughter, and really this is what this center is about. All right, that's very interesting, but I would be remiss if I do not use the opportunity that is today to push through on aspects of budgeting for women empowerment on the part of government and the various stakeholders. I don't know whether you've had a look into what the budget looks like for the women empowerment movement, but there has been a lot of money that goes into aspects, including, for example, 50.07 billion Uganda shillings that will be going to the Microfinance Support Center, and this is designated to onward lending to the Women Entrepreneurship Program that will be receiving around 13.05 as a revolving fund. Away from the Imara Women Center, how do you look at the interventions at various levels? Could be government and the other multi-sectoral initiatives. How is it going? What would your overview be? Are we on the right track? What do we need to do to realign or to ensure that we are on target? So I have to put a disclaimer. I am not a specialist in this area, but I'm speaking from my own personal experience as an observer, which I think comes from a very privileged position, because I have had access to education, to opportunities, but that is still not the case for very many of our women and girls. And while we appreciate the efforts of government, indeed our guest of honor is the Honorable Prime Minister. So we appreciate, because in this journey you cannot do it alone. We have to work with the entire community. Yes, there are strides that government has taken. We do recognize that there has been increased budget allocations over the years. We acknowledge that also government has made it easy for women to ascend to positions of influence, especially in politics. And also we look at some of the affirmative action in education. I don't know whether the 1.5 system is still applicable, for example, for entry at Makerere.
It still is.
So those are things which we appreciate. I think what we would like is a more equitable distribution of those benefits and equitable access. If you went to a typical public school, UPE funded school, what are your chances of completing primary 7? And that's where we see so many girls drop out. And for us, we know from experience that if you educate a girl, there is something that it does at a community level, but it also translates into so many other benefits.
That's right.
So we appreciate the support, we appreciate the ongoing increasing expenditure, but I think we cannot leave it to government alone. I think all of us individually has to look around and say, what can I do for the girls and the women in the community where I am, so that it's a collective effort.
All right, let me let you off the budgeting issues, because that is pretty much what we shall be paying attention to right here after this Take Note, but also throughout the day as NTV Uganda. Again, where is the Imara Women Center going to be?
So the Imara Women Center fundraising dinner is happening at the Kampala Serena Hotel on Saturday, the 15th of June. We shall start at 5 p.m. with a cocktail, so come and enjoy networking with women from across the country. And I want to say that beyond just paying for a table at 6 million or an individual ticket at 250,000, you can contribute in other ways. You can buy a brick at 5,000 shillings and contribute and know that that's my name in that building. I contributed to that. You can also support us in kind. So we are constructing. So those of you who are in the construction business, or you want to give us cement or I don't know, metal rods or bricks, we welcome that in kind. And then we have other smaller initiatives where you can commit on an ongoing basis. Say, I'm going to give you, I don't know, 200,000 every month for the next 5 years. So you can set up a standing order and do it that way. And then those who think, okay, maybe 200,000 is a lot, we also have an opportunity for us to collect 1,000 shillings. So we are catering for all sizes of donations.
All right. In line with our modest earnings as journalists, I'll be giving the initiative a 50,000 at the end of the month.
Thank you very much. And if we could get everybody to do that, that would be fantastic.
All right. All right. That is Jackie Namara, the Vice Chairperson of the Marketing and Fundraising Committee for the fundraising dinner, and of course works at the Imara Women's Center. No doubt a very good initiative. That will do it for the Take Note, but do stay with us. Time now to dive straight into what is the news and the story of the day. The reading of the national budget. Our Kickstarter discussion will be beginning in earnest very shortly. Do stay with us.